My name is Haynes from Heritage Christian School or Heritage Baptist Church, and I will be singing He Suffered Also for Me and saying the Gettysburg Address. 70 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation, so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on the great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggle here have consecrated far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will no longer remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work, which they who fought here have thus so far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave their last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government, of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Oh, sinner, can't you see what Christ has done for you and me, when He took our sins and bore them on a tree? He suffered pain and loss, He paid the highest cost. His body beaten for me. He suffered all for me when He died on Calvary. Jesus took all my shame and bore it on His holy name. He bled His blood for me when He bled on Calvary. Through His great love, He suffered all for me. His hair was ripped from His face. He had no warm embrace. They scourged Him as my sins were on His mind. His blood came flowing down on His head, a thorny crown. The beam He carried on for me. He suffered all for me
Thank you, Zach. That's wonderful.